It's not feeling too hydrating, however, so that's something to keep in mind. It's feeling just like skin. I didn't powder it or anything. Over the years, e.l.f. has gained so much hype, especially when it comes to them duping products from higher end brands. But is it always worth it? Today I thought we'd try some newish products and see how they work and if they're actually worth the hype. Be sure to check the description box where I'll be leaving wear notes as well. So my skincare is already prepped, which I used the Naturium UV reflection, something like that, SPF 50. I know e.l.f. has their Sun Touchable Whoa Glow. That product did not work for me. It peeled on my skin. Even if I wore it on its own, it broke me out. It did more harm than good. I could not use it, not on my face at least. I used it on the back of my hands instead, and it felt okay. Not my favorite at all. I've already done my eyes. I used the mini eyeshadow quad palette. Those are amazing. They are easy to work with and they're great for beginners. The formulas are just 10 out of 10. I also went ahead and color corrected my under eyes. I used their color corrector in the shade Peach for my dark circles because they are dark. And the green would have been good for this little guy up here, but I don't have that one, and this is where this is going to come in. This is a CC cream, which is supposed to color correct, and it's their new hydrating one, which is supposed to be a dupe for the IT Cosmetics Radiant Glow CC cream. So it's a full coverage CC cream, much like the IT Cosmetics one. It's a broad spectrum of SPF 30. I will not use any makeup product as my SPF. Is it an added addition? Sure, that's nice. But to use it as my SPF solely, no way. And I don't think you should either. The key ingredient in this is vitamin B5, which is supposed to moisturize and nourish the skin. And this also comes in 30 different shades. The shade I have is light 210N. Without further ado, let's try it out. I'm only gonna use one pump, and I'm gonna pump it on the back of my hand. And I can already tell you this is too much. So I'm not going to use the whole one. This is it right here. So with that one pump, I'm going to take just a bit and I'm going to just dot it very lightly, especially where I have some redness, not much. If we need more, we have plenty right here. This is one pump and this is what it gave out. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Dual Complexion brush, which is a dupe for the IT Cosmetics Dual Complexion brush as well. So where I want more coverage, I'm just going to stipple. It feels nice so far. Where I don't need so much coverage, I'm gonna just blend it out. So you can see it did cover up some of the redness that I had going on here really, really nicely. So this is just with the little dotted areas that I did, and it covered up nicely. The little guy right here is nicely covered. I don't have much redness going on, but where I do, it did do a good job at covering that up. I'm not really getting a scent from it. However, disclaimer, I do have some issues going on where sometimes I can smell and sometimes I cannot, and if I sound like I have a cold, I don't. It's just something going on with my inside my nose that prevents me from smelling all the time. So right now, take it with a light grain of salt. I am not smelling anything from this. So it looks really pretty on the skin, and I'm not noticing anything like any emphasized texture, but there is like a little area here where it looks like it's just bunched together and it's emphasizing a dry area. Hopefully you guys were able to tell. Besides this one little area, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's doing a bad job so far. It doesn't feel tacky. It just blended right into the skin. Yeah, my skin is feeling like skin. I don't feel like I have anything on. I did go in with a very light layer. Let's put a little more. I don't need it, but let's put a little more just to see how it does. So like before, I'm just doing a bit of dotting, and now we'll blend it out. So I went ahead and did a light second layer, and it looks fine. The one thing I will say, it's a hydrating CC cream, but I'm not comparing it to the CoverGirl, but kind of comparing in the sense that with the CoverGirl, the minute you start blending, you immediately feel your skin being hydrated by that product. I don't know what the sorcery is with that, but it is amazing. With this, it's not feeling hydrating in that sense. It does have a nice dewy finish. It's very nice. very subtle, but it doesn't feel hydrating. Next, let's go in with their Hydrating Camo CC Concealer. I have the shade Light Peach if you're interested. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which I've never tried. But this is supposed to be a dupe. I think the original one is supposed to be a dupe for their original Shape Tape. But I do enjoy this concealer. I haven't reached for it often, but I do really enjoy it. Because I color corrected, I know I'm not going to need too much. I'm just going to lightly dot it. Like that. Like that. Let it sit for 30 seconds and blend it out. So this formula is so nice, and I do believe that it does give a beautiful satin finish like it claims to do, and it blends effortlessly and it gives good coverage. So what do you guys think about the direction where e.l.f. is going? Do you like that they're mainly duping other brands, or do you want to see them do something a little more out of the box? You know, be creative. So now that we've got the concealer blended in, I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to go over my canvas and just press everything in. So next, let's move into the contour wands, which are supposed to be dupes for the Charlotte Tilbury contour bronzing wands that they have. I picked up two shades. I picked up Fair Light, which is definitely a contour shade if you're about my skin tone and lighter. It has that gray undertone. And then I also picked up Light Medium, which for me would work as a nice bronzer. So these contour wands are infused with 2% squalane, and they're available in 5 shades, which range from fair to light, light to medium, medium to tan, tan to deep, and deep to rich. I don't like putting product directly on my skin. I feel like it messes with the finish. It can ruin what you have underneath going on. I like to put it on the back of my hand, so I'm going to squeeze some out. This packaging though is so messy. It's true what everyone says. It is so messy. I'm just going to squeeze very little onto the back of my hand. And I'm going to use a small brush like this to go ahead and contour. I'm going to work it into the brush. Let's contour, baby. So I know people experienced product lifting or product looking patchy when they put this on. I'm not noticing that. I think it looks good. I think it went on nicely. It blended easy. So again, I'm gonna go ahead in with my sponge and just clean up the edges a bit. But I really liked that. I like the way it applied. If you're experiencing product lifting or it looking patchy, try the method of putting it onto the back of your hand instead of just squeezing it on to your face, if that's what you do, and work your brush into the product and then onto your face. Yeah, I think it looks good. I don't think it looks patchy. I don't think it lifted or interfered with the product below it. I think it worked really well together. So I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna keep using this product, and I think maybe next time I'll use the light medium shade as a bronzer. I like it a lot. Now let's try their liquid blush, which we all know is supposed to be a dupe for the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. To be fair, I've only tried one shade from the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, and unfortunately that shade I hardly ever use because it's too much for my skin. I think the shade I got was Grace or Grateful, and it's too red. It doesn't work for like an everyday look, and those are highly pigmented. So the shade I picked up from e.l.f. is Suave Mauve, which I know everyone's been talking about this shade. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. It comes in several different shades. I do want to get more. I think Peach Glow was another one, but when I went into my Ulta, they were like nearly sold out of everything. So this was all I could get my hands on. Everything e.l.f., I should say. So I'm going to work the product into my brush on the back of my hand. And this is also good if you're not sure how pigmented a product is. Work it into your hand, tap some off. That way you're not going in right away with so much product and then you have to like work around it. So let's apply the blush. Okay, so doing it that way is so much better. The first time I did this, I applied too much. I didn't work it well enough in the back of my hands, and it applied so much. But look at how beautiful this shade is. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at how pretty. Look at that sheen. Rare Beauty liquid blushes are known to last long, and they last. We'll see how long it lasts. That is so pretty. So, so pretty. Suave Mauve. Beautiful. So this is what it's looking like right now. I'm gonna clean up the edges. Have you guys tried any of the new e.l.f. stuff so far? I mean, I feel like some of it is accessible and easy to find, and then most of it is like, what's going on? Where are you? You gotta shop online, which I've never shopped from the e.l.f. website. Have you? What's your experience been like there? I'm trying to get out more. So every time I go into my Target or Ulta and I'm looking for new e.l.f. products, they are sold out right away. And I don't live in a big town, but they sell out pretty quickly. You as a consumer, would you get tired of just seeing a brand duping other brands? Would you want to see something new and innovative from them? Let me know your thoughts below. That looks really nice. I really love that shade, but I will say, work lightly with it. Definitely blend it into the back of your hand. This is pigmented as well, and this can go bad real fast. Let's go ahead and use their Halo Glow setting powder. I don't know if this is supposed to be a dupe for anything. Let me know if you know, but let's try it out. I'm only going to use it under the eyes, and I was looking for the pink shade, but again, it was sold out, so I got the light shade instead. The only thing with powder, when you pour it out or something, it just goes all over the place, you know, like that dust part of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna tap some into the lid. I'm gonna make sure I have no creasing or settling, but look at all that time, I used very little concealer and I have no creasing or settling into my fine lines. And let me tell you, I have fine lines under these eyes. They can tell you a travel story. Not that I've traveled much. So if you have dry under eyes, you have dry skin, and you put powder under your eyes and it looks cakey, try this. Grab your powder, just a little. You see how it is? There's too much product on that brush. So go ahead, tap some off. It's not evenly distributed throughout the brush. So what I like to do is, in the palm of my hand, is take the brush and work that powder into the bristles, and you have a more even application. And instead of going directly from this corner right under my eye, I'm going to take the brush and I'm going to start instead from the outer corner to where the concealer begins. So let's bring the brush about right here is where I like to start, and then push in. And just like that. Do you see the difference? And it's not looking dry or cakey because of that method. And we started from back here and then worked our way in. So again, same thing. I'm grabbing powder, I'm tapping off, I'm working the powder into the palm of my hand, distributing it evenly into the bristles of the brush. And I'm going to start from about the corner of my eye, or where my eyebrow tail ends. I'm going to go from here, and we're going to gently start applying the powder, pressing in gently. And you can see it blends the blush, the concealer, everything just seamless. Look at that, how beautiful it looks. And I promise you, this method is not going to make your under eyes look dry or cakey if you work the product in first before going directly under your eyes. So let's go ahead and finish off the look with the Glow Reviver Lip Oil. And let me tell you, I've been loving this so far. Oh my goodness. Definitely need to pick up more shades. The shade I currently have is Rose Envy. This is formulated with squalane, apricot oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil, and pomegranate oil. Lots of good stuff in there for a lip oil, and it gives a sheer wash of color. The claims say that it has a fresh minty smell, but I can't smell anything right now. Again, my scent comes and goes. So I'm sorry that I can't say if it does or if it doesn't, or if it's strong or not, but just know that it does have a minty scent. I just cannot say that. This is the doe foot applicator. This stuff, it just glides on so smooth. Oh my gosh. This shade, Rose Envy, is like a perfect everyday shade. I would say it gives a little more than a sheer wash of color because that's a pretty nice, not too pigmented, but not too sheer either. It's a very nice wash of color on me, and it is so soft. It feels good. It's not emphasizing my fine lines on my lips. It looks beautiful. I love this lip oil. Definitely picking up more shades. This is a good product to have. Okay guys, this is the final look. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the products, the brand, and the direction that they're going in? But let's quickly run through each of the products and I'll give some thoughts, but be sure to check the description box where I'll give a more in-depth review and final thoughts and how everything wore at the end of the day. So let's start with the Camo Hydrating CC Cream. So right now my skin is looking dewy. It's looking nice, but that one little patch here is just something to keep note of. It just looks like a small dry patch, which I didn't have there. So that's something to keep note of. Other than that, so far it feels nice. It's not feeling too hydrating, however, so that's something to keep in mind. It's feeling just like skin. I didn't powder it or anything. It's not like sticking to my nails or anything. It's feeling like skin. It feels nice, and we'll see how long it lasts throughout the day. But besides this one little patch here, I think so far it's wearing nicely. Next is the concealer. Again, this has been out a while. I personally really like it. I like how it wears. I should reach for it more now that I've tried it again. I am going to start reaching for it more. It's a beautiful concealer with a nice satiny finish. The color correctors are great. The peach did a good job at covering up my dark circles. I use very little concealer because of it. And on days where I don't want to wear makeup, but I want to look fresh, I want my skin to look good, I want to feel good, but don't want to put in the effort, I'll just put on the color corrector, do my eyebrows, add some mascara and a gloss, and I'm feeling perfect. It does a good job if you just want to use it on its own to cover up any dark spots or hyperpigmentation. It does really good with that. The contour wands. Again, we're gonna see how this wears throughout the day. So far, I'm really liking it. It looks beautiful. It looks natural. It looks even. It doesn't look patchy. It didn't give me a hard time to blend into the skin. It looks really good. If you were one of those who were having trouble with this product, try working it into your hand first and then going into your, with the brush onto your face, and try it that way. Be light with it. Don't going too heavy, and see if that works for you. But so far I've had a good impression of this and I'm really liking it, and I can't wait to reach for it more and use it more and gather more thoughts for it. The blush, the shade I got, Suave Mauve, is a beautiful color. So if you're around my skin tone and a little deeper, this is a beautiful color. Even if you're fair skin, you can use this, but I would say definitely work it in the back of your hand. Tap that excess product off first before going into your face, because if not, it can look bad real fast. It has a nice luminous glow to it. I really like it so far, but let's see if it does compare to the Rare Beauty and see how long it lasts. The lip oil. This has to be my favorite product that I've tried out of everything here. This is beautiful. It gives a nice finish. It doesn't last too long. Again, I've been wearing this for the past few days. It's been what I reach for, but as it fades off, you just apply some more. It's not gonna feel heavy. It's not giving like that overly stickiness feeling. Your lips are not sticking together. This is just, they did a great job with this product. Phenomenal. The setting powder. I really like this setting powder. I love it for under the eyes. It still looks fresh. It looks radiant. It looks glowy, but not with an excessive glow. So this is a good setting powder to have in your collection, especially if you have dry skin. If you want to use powder and still have some glow, this is a good product to have in your collection. And the eyeshadows, of course, I think they're fantastic. Beautiful, budget friendly, great to have in your collection, especially if you're a beginner at makeup and you don't want to invest in higher end eyeshadow palettes. And I was going to end the video and not talk about this. I didn't even do my lashes. Let's do the lashes. This is the Lash and Roll mascara, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash mascara. I've never tried that one because they're not cruelty free. This Lash and Roll mascara. I just did a very light coat right now, one coat, and this is a beautiful lengthening mascara. It gives decent volume, it separates just enough. I love this mascara. I think I have some on top of my eyelids. Always happens, don't worry, I'll clean it off. But this is a great mascara. It's one I reach for every day. This is my go-to. If I'm not trying anything else, this is the mascara I am reaching for almost constantly. I love this mascara, and it doesn't cause any sensitivities. I wear contacts, I have severe dry eyes. This hasn't caused my eyes to dry out, hasn't caused any sensitivities. It's a good mascara. It's definitely a favorite if you can't tell by how I'm raving about it. It's a great mascara to have. If you haven't tried this, definitely give it a try. I couldn't find the lash extender. I kept checking my Target and they kept saying they had it in stock. I would go in and it was nowhere to be found. So when I get my hands on the lash extender, I will try that one because it is a tubing mascara. Those are great for like events or if your eyes water and you don't want no transfer. I do want to try the lash extender. So this wraps up the video. Let me know what you guys think below, if you tried any of the products, if you think that these products are worth the hype. Honestly, I think they're good, and I think they're so hyped because they are duping higher end products that maybe people don't want to spend the money on or can't afford to spend the money on it. So e.l.f. is giving us a nice friendly budget option, which personally, I think is great. But what do you guys think? As always, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And if you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.